I'm Steve from Sounds Heavenly, and I would like to introduce you to the newest member of our family, one that's been with us for the last month or so. This is Bang Olufsen's latest weatherproof portable smart speaker, the Beosound A5. And you'll notice if you're a B&O fan, I said Beosound, not Beolit. Traditionally, the portable speakers from B&O since the 1950s have been Beolit, starting with radios and then later with Bluetooth speakers. This is not one of those, and it's not just a technicality of naming. This is something very, very different. In this video, I'm going to explain why. I'm going to take you on a little journey with me, show you that the impact that this speaker has had on our family, and just give you an indication of how this could become central to your music enjoyment in the coming months. Let's go back a few weeks to the start of the story. As we open the box, I'm going to play you the way that this speaker sounds. First, straight out of the box, and then again with the special room compensation that adjusts it to any location. So I hope that's given you an indication of the way that this speaker sounds and just how much of an impact that room compensation technology makes. At this point, I need to say a huge thank you to Bang Olufsen for kindly providing this review sample well in advance of the launch date. This has been superb because whilst I knew that this speaker was on its way, I had an idea of the technology that was going to be in it, I was absolutely blindsided by the sheer build and sound quality that it's capable of. I'll come to that more in a moment, but suffice to say this needed a good space of time for me to get used to it, to really understand what it's capable of. Also, big thank you to Wailing Badger, who you heard in that track. I will link to their YouTube channel in the video description, so if you enjoyed that segment of the song, please check out the rest of their music. Now, I mentioned at the start that the Beosound A5 is not a Beolit. Yes, I am a pedant, I will admit that, but this is an important point because Bang & Olufsen's Beolit range of speakers have always been good quality, solid speakers, and prior to that, radios that have been intended to be portable, to travel around. Whilst the Beosound A5 is portable, this is something very different. This has a wide range of home audio technologies, and it is primarily a very highly specified home speaker. Here you have Bluetooth 5, you have AirPlay 2, you have Chromecast, you have Spotify Connect. You have Bang & Olufsen's own Beolink multi-room system here, and it will stereo pair, if you have two of them, wirelessly. The quality is absolutely superb, and when you consider that here you have 4 separate drivers, you have 4 separate Class D digital amplifiers, you have a total of 280 watts of power, this is something that is really quite a powerhouse despite its diminutive size. If we take off the covers, I think you'll see something of what I mean here, because incidentally this is a very sustainable product. It's intended to be repairable and upgradable and to be able to change its style over time. So all the parts, the handle and the covers are removable. It can be easily stripped down by a repairer into its component parts for upgrades or service work over the years. We've got on the front a 5¼ inch custom built bass driver, which is unique to B&O. This is in a sealed pressure chamber cabinet, so there's no vents or bass ports, and there's also a high frequency treble driver on the front. On the back, in fact on the corners, are 2 custom made 2-inch full range drivers. Obviously they don't give the deepest bass. This will give you down to 32 Hz, which incidentally is deeper than my Beolab Penta speakers, which are as tall as me. This is quite incredible for such a small speaker. You get a sound pressure level output potentially of 101 decibels, and at its very deepest bass output it can give 80 decibels. There's some immense power in this. These drivers, each one is driven by its own digital amplifier, so potentially each one can be commanded separately by the processing in here, and one of the things that this can do is it uses beamforming, which is a technology from Bang & Olufsen's flagship Beolab 90 and Beolab 50 speakers. These rear corner drivers can be commanded to give a slightly different variation of the main sound, which has the effect of, by shifting timing and volumes between the drivers, you can focus the beam of the speaker sound, so the pressure waves that are generated can actually be directed. And this, it sounds counterintuitive, but this actually works incredibly well when you hear it in practice. Also, what it lets you do is have the ability to have 360-degree sound. This does sound the same regardless of where you are, whether you're behind it, to the side or in front. And that is quite an achievement, really. There are no auxiliary bass drivers, there are no passive bass radiators as B&O have used sometimes in the past. Just that one bass driver, and it gives you a good full spread of sound. So when you want to take it with you to the beach, to a ski chalet, to the mountains, to the park, it's perfect for that. I'll explain briefly in a little light-hearted trip back to the park, just a little bit of how that can work. Today the sun's shining, but if it starts to rain, no problem. This is IP65 rated, so in real terms it's dust, sand and waterproof. It's not designed to be immersed underwater, but you wouldn't really go swimming with a speaker of this size. What it is great for is if you want to take it to the beach, go splashing through the waves, go out for a walk to the park, even on days when you're not quite sure of the weather. Yeah, this will take it all in its stride. No matter how remote your location, you can still get amazing music. In some homes, Wi-Fi isn't an option, so as long as you have your phone, simply pair it via Bluetooth, place it on top of the speaker and you can charge the phone as you play the music. No mobile signal? No problem. As long as you've got music stored, downloaded to the phone, you can have the same music quality regardless of how remote your location. Now, I mentioned at the very start that this is a smart speaker. So please rest assured there is no voice assistant listening to you from this speaker. However, what this will allow you to do, once you go through the Bang & Olufsen setup in the app, you have the option of choosing to set up the Google Home app for the speaker. And this allows you to link it to any existing voice assistant that you have, and to use the speaker as a destination to map your music to. So if you already use voice assistants, then this speaker will link in and it will allow you to cast your music to it. If you don't use them, then there is no need to disable the microphones on this. In terms of pricing, UK pricing at launch for this Nordic Weave version is £899 and the Dark Oak version is £999. Now both of those versions are cheaper than the lowest priced Beosound Level. So I'd encourage you not to consider this in any way against the price of the Beolit, but to consider that two of these would put you just short of £1,800, but you would be looking at probably about £700 more than that for a single Beosound Balance. So to summarise, this is something that, based on pictures and specifications from the internet, I don't believe you'll get the true measure of it. Technology has moved on, and it's moved on at a pace that I really didn't expect. This has got a sound quality that is, to be honest, quite unbelievable for its size, and the build quality is immediately apparent. It's really impressive. I'd encourage you, if you've got the opportunity to go and listen to this in person, please do that, and please let me know in the comments of the video what your view is once you've heard it. I know that a lot of B&O owners will make comparisons of this against the Beolits, but I'd encourage you instead, have a listen to this compared to Beosound Balance, and please let me know what you think, because I think this is really something quite special. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, please like, share it, subscribe, and do all those things YouTubers ask you to do. It really makes a difference, and there will be lots more information on this and other B&O speakers coming on the channel very soon.